Before we begin today's broadcast, we would like to take a moment to thank our supporters on patreon.com/howdyfolks, whose support helps make live streams like this possible. If you want to become a patron supporter, head over to patreon.com/howdyfolks today. And now, without further ado, let's begin the show.
Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome to a live stream of everyone's favorite game, Kingdom Hearts 3. And of course, it is everyone's favorite game. I'm assuming that's why everyone tuned in here today. Big shout out to Ameameka and Halrondo, as well as Guilherme, the people who have tuned in here today. I hope that you folks are excited to get back into this. This is going to be a very short stream. We're just going to wrap up Corona. Whoa! Woohoo! Thank you, Halrondo. Howdy to you as well. This is going to be very short. It's Tuesday afternoon, and I've got a lot of things I'm working on around the house, getting set up for things in the future, but I don't want to spoil anything, so let's just consider that a tease. Hey, Avil, is it Avili? Avili 1? I thought it was Advil at first, like the medication, and then I thought Anvil, and then I realized there's no N in it. It's just Avali 1. Avali 1, possibly. A valley is where the dinosaurs went to find their parents in Land Before Time. They went to a valley, a great valley. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop right now, and we're just gonna play the game. No more attempts at humor. Oh, I do have though my Kingdom Hearts shirt. I fished this out of the closet. Nice to be back in it. Feels good. Feels real good. Feels nice and comfortable. Let's go ahead and hop into it. I don't think that this was included in the series that I did for Kingdom Hearts when I kind of played through and did my reaction recordings, but I struggled quite a bit with the dancing for the first while before I finally clicked into what we were supposed to be doing, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is easy and fun. That's been over 2 or 3 months ago now. When did that game come out? January? Yeah, it's been several months. I don't remember what the dancing game is now. We've come full circle. I didn't know how to do it, and then I knew how to do it and I enjoyed it, and now we've reached a point where I don't know what I'm doing. I also am really rusty on... I was going through the equipment, and I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff is, or if maybe we have something better at this point. So, we're not going to worry about that today, about whether or not we have things that are substantially better. Well, that does seem substantially better in certain regards. This has 1 MP haste, whereas this has, Defender and 3 strength, and I don't know why I said 1 MP haste. It just has MP haste. I was looking at the 3 there before the Defender, but that's just 3 strength. I'm going to have to go through after this stream, possibly, if I have time, refamiliarize myself with everything. It's going to be a great time. I see Guilherme said muscle memory. Defender is, in fact, better. What do you think? We ought to put it on, I guess? Let's do that, then. Well, were we talking about that there? Soldier's earring? Great. We've got an earring now. I don't see it on Sora's head. Maybe he's not wearing it as an earring. Perhaps he has another part of his body pierced. We're not going to go into that. He's got that cheeky grin, though, so who can say? Let's just hop in here. Guilherme said muscle memory. I don't have that. You know, people say that once you learn to ride a bicycle, you'll never forget. Well, I don't know if that's true. I can't remember the last time I rode a bicycle. I'd have to try and find out. See, this is the parts of the stuff that I wanted Jitta to be here for, but we just don't have time to stream this again. We've got tons of plans for other things. But she absolutely loves this game. So maybe I'll subject her to this later. Or not this game. She absolutely loves this movie. Maybe we'll just watch the movie later, as opposed to making her sit through and watch me play video games. At the start of every live stream, she sends me something really random to distract me throughout the stream. She's done it again. I don't want to spoil it, but it is something really bizarre, and I don't even know what to say about it. Flynn Rider, my favorite Disney prince. He's not actually a prince in this game, but he's the prince role. You know, he fulfills the same role as, a Tarzan, who I guess was king of the jungle. So, or was that? That was George was king of the jungle. Tarzan's just the ape man. Let's read through this together and see if I can make heads or tails of it this time. So, celebrate the festival and strut your stuff. Approach the townsfolk and match their dances to quickly fill the gauge. Mirror their moves by pressing O to spin and twirl, or X to step and stomp. When you've got yourself a partner, press square in the rings of light to clap along. Try pressing triangle near the town's features to perform special flourishes. When prompted to, press triangle to gather everyone in the middle and dance with Rapunzel. Pay attention to the coloring rings. Alright, colored rings, I should say, not coloring rings. I'm going to have to come to terms with this again. Here we go. Hi there, you. Am I supposed to do a twirl next to this guy? Is that what we're supposed to do? Yeah, okay, we spin. Right? Okay, here we go. And then I'm supposed to clap along. And I failed that. Clap, clap, clap. There, yes. It's going well so far. Now we want to do whatever this guy's doing. I'm going to clap, clap, clap. This is fun. You're absolutely right there, Rapunzel. All right, now we'll dance with this one. Am I doing this correctly? I'm filling up some sort of a gauge up top, so I guess that I am. I also like that Sora is just like such a player. He's just dancing with every girl and guy for that matter here. He's not even sticking with them for very long. He's just like, okay, I'll get a couple of dances in with you, and then I'm moving on to the next girl. Hi there, you. Or guy again. He doesn't seem to be too picky. Hey, look out now! You're pushing me out of my circles. Yeah, we're doing great. We've got a chain going. I guess that's a beneficial thing. Do I not want to... You're ruining this for me. You're really ruining this for me. There we go. What happens if we dance with the same girl twice? Does that ruin the chain? Oh, I see. See, I accidentally just walked away from her. That was probably a mistake. This goes on longer than I remember. I remember struggling for about this long. But then I remember once I figured it out, the game just sort of came to a conclusion pretty quickly. So it's possible that I've still not figured it out and I'm still doing it wrong. Let's dance with this nice guy, though. He needs a new hat. That went out of style a long time ago. You don't want to be that guy wearing that hat at the parties. It is fun. Again, Rapunzel, it is fun. You're not wrong. All right. What happens if I just go straight from her to, like, someone different and I don't clap in the circles? Oh, you can just build these things up then. Look at that. Whoa! Okay, you don't need to brag about your moves there. Let's just build up that chain and see how high we can get it. Let's get it up to 10, and then we'll do some clapping, because I'm a big clapping fan. It's one of those things that I can do. Snapping, it comes and goes. You know, it varies on whether or not it can snap. The clapping I can definitely manage. Triangle! We're going to be here a while. What do you want me to do with the triangle? I'll do it, but I don't know what that means. Oh, good lord. Okay, hold on. Oh, I see now. And that fills this up faster, I suppose? Yeah, this is golden. I love a good side plot. Like, I love a good, like, mini-game. Something to just distract you from the real reason you're playing the game and make you do something completely different and unrelated. And, it, you know, especially if it really slows down the momentum of the game you'd rather be playing. I really dig that. I absolutely love that. I should have pressed finish. Yeah, press triangle every time you can? You bet. Oh my gosh, we're going to get to dance with Flynn Rider now. Where'd he go? Come here, you. He's trying to get away from me. I'm going to track him down. Oh, can I not actually dance with him? Oh, he doesn't have a colored ring around him. Oh, well, I feel very disappointed now. I was excited for that. All right, that's fine. Do we need to build up another streak before we try to do the clapping? Okay, we just go right back into... Oh, no, that's a performance.
Keep dancing.
Oh, that must have been very impressive. The music's getting very quick now. I feel like at this point I should be a bit concerned about whether or not I can keep up with the pace, but I'm completely chill on the inside. Oh, no, I've strecked it up. No, I didn't! Oh, I made the transition. We're all good then. Still upset about Flynn, but we don't need Flynn. We can dance with this guy here. And I'll do a cheeky little performance once I get over here next to this flag. Look at that. I just spun it around in circles and they loved it. They're so simple. Sunwheel time now. Y'all digging this? Is this an exciting gaming experience for everyone? Right. Push the right buttons. Push the right buttons. I don't play PlayStation games all that often, so I don't have the symbols and the colors memorized. I play PSVR, but the great thing about that is the one game I've played on PSVR literally lets you just look down in VR and see the controller, and you're not looking away from the screen because it's attached to your face. So you can never really forget what that does. Also, the one game I've played so far in VR... look at that, I've done it. The one game that I've played in VR also only has 2 buttons that you use. And I've always got my thumb on the jump button. It's what is it called? Astrobot. There's only the 2 buttons, and my thumb is always on jump. Which means if I need to attack someone, all I gotta remember to do is hit the other button. Very convenient for someone like me. Super convenient. Not to say that I'm bad at video games. Rather, I'm not very good at them. And we'll leave it at that. That's sort of like a neutral take. It doesn't mean that I'm awful, but... Okay, Reese, time to remember that advice I gave you. I remember it, Halrondo. It was something about Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know what exactly it is about Ruffle Ralph? Ruffle Ralph? Wreck-It Ralph, and you do it. Having never used Wreck-It Ralph before, doing it to defeat this boss seems like it would be a cheap move. And it might just be better if we... What if it's not? Like we hardball it? Does that make sense? Is that a term used? I don't do sports ball often. But I think that the path of most resistance is the most impressive. And when you're live streaming, that's what you want to do. You don't want to do the sun wheel, because that finishes the minigame too quickly. You want to go through it the slow and agonizingly painful way. And then that shows everyone how truly committed you are to the cause. Mash X and place all the things, then use triangle finisher. Once it swoops down at you, trust me, it'll be fun. Okay. What part of the game do we do that at? After we knock it off the tower? I'm trying to remember the progression of that particular boss fight. You have to run toward the tower while pillars grow around you. And then what do? I think you get up on the tower and you knock them off and then they swoop at you. Or maybe it happens the other way around. Or perhaps you do that multiple times. You knock them off and then they come swooping at you. And then you fight them a bit and then they go back on the tower. My head's all tangled up on it. That wasn't even intentional. That just happened. Oh, that was great. Oh, this is a really good, emotionally impactful scene. It's very disappointing they didn't do the song, but... As soon as the fight starts, do that as soon as the fight starts. Alright, I'll have to equip the Wreck-It Ralph ability, because I certainly don't have that ready to go. Hey! Thank you, Amayameka. Thank you very much. Is it a pun if it was an accident, though? I'm not sure how that works.
I have something for you, too. I should have given it to you before, but I was just scared.
I love the idea of people not knowing the story of this. Like, if you've just joined the stream and you've never seen Tangled and you didn't watch the previous stream, you have no idea why he would be so hyped to receive a satchel. We don't know that there's anything in the satchel. So you're just coming into this thinking, well, this guy would rather have this satchel than this girl's love. It's real weird. But yeah, it's a really nice satchel. It's made from imp hide. You ever tried to catch an imp? Very challenging. Not like a cow. It just stands there, eats, poops, occasionally goes to sleep. Run that thing through with a spear. You got all kinds of leather satchels. Imp hide, though, it's a real struggle. Although if you hang around Varric, actually, there's dozens of them. They just walk along the walls. They're really low level. You just whack them. They drop beads sometimes. Maybe getting a imp hide satchel isn't that impressive, but he's excited about it. He's super hyped.
Everything is fine. There's just something I have to take care of.
He's taking his satchel. He's going out into the woods.
Okay.
He's going to go catch an imp, and he's going to fill it with beads and bring him back to her. She clearly is the type who would like beads. Look at that hair. She got all them flowers. She would love to put little beads in her hair. She's that type. You can tell by looking at her. Or maybe his plan is to just choke the little lizard with a bead, because you know those things are pretty sizable, and they're not like a bug. Like, lizards swallow bugs all the time. But if you try to, I mean, those kind of compress when you swallow them, even if you get a real big one, they kind of break apart. They're organic. A bead is not organic. So if it tried to swallow that, it's dead. And if you're getting a lot of sass out of your girlfriend's lizard, a bead might be a good approach if you want to commit a murder. An animal murder. It's like a lesser murder. You know, it's like you hit a person with a vehicle, that's manslaughter. You hit a dog, it's just kind of sad. Same thing here. Kill a lizard with a bead, it's a bit sad. Kill your girlfriend with a bead, definitely murder. Not even manslaughter at that point. That's just a straight up murder. Oh, there's a trick to fighting these guys I don't remember. I'm so glad that I've come back to the middle of the game, having not played it in so long. I'll tell you what we're going to have to do. If we're going to come back to streaming this every few days to complete it, because that is my goal for the month of May, is to complete all of the things that I've got just sort of sitting in the hopper that I've started this year and not finished. I'm going to have to come back and just in my free time, try to play some of the previous levels, maybe get some of the collectibles. Just refamiliarize myself with this. I think I said I was going to do that last time, that I streamed this with Jenna. But then I also thought that we were going to stream this game again on Saturday, and that didn't happen. Life is a crazy thing. It's full of twists and turns, and unexpected things not going the way that you'd want. That's the right turn. Are we good? Are these guys still coming? Oh my gosh, there's one left. I don't know where it came from. let's do some flare force on it. Let's just shoot it with fireworks that we can summon out of the air. This would be a useful ability if it was the 4th of July and your family was coming over. You'd certainly save a lot of money because you wouldn't have to go spend a bunch of money on fireworks down at the stand that just sort of spring up. Where do those stands come from, by the way? Because they're not there any other time of the year. Well, I guess New Year's. But you're driving down the road and there's no fireworks stand. And then the next day, there's a fireworks stand and a crowd. And I'm just... Does lightning not affect these guys? That's what I thought. I'm just a little bit confused on where they come from and how they get there. Presumably, you take them there. I think they're built onto trailers. But where are they being stored in the meantime? I never drive by someone's house and they just have a fireworks stand sitting out front, you know, ready to go when the fireworks season rolls around. Do they have them in storage containers? Or, you know, storage facilities? Is there a dedicated storage facility sort of for fireworks stands? If I opened the phone book, you know, and I went to storage. A phone book, for those of you who don't know, is a thing we used to have before the internet, where you could have your phone number listed, and then if you were looking for a hamburger, you'd open it up to the yellow pages, and you'd just search for hamburger. And all the restaurants that served hamburger would be there, unless they served other items, in which case you might have to, like, look around. Because there might be a really good burger joint that doesn't really consider itself to be a burger joint, at which point you're going to have to go find, like, home-style cooking section. Anyway, if I open it up to storage, would there be a personal storage, business storage, firework cart storage? I'm not sure. If not, that'd be a very lucrative business because there's a lot of these fireworks stands, and you have to imagine figuring out how to store them on your own property in your own time must be a bit of a hassle. And if someone, you know, some young entrepreneur can come along and be like, hey, I've got it all sorted out. Minimum fee, you just store it in my storage complex. I mean, a lot of people might go for that. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of money in the fireworks business. As a person who buys fireworks, I can tell you I've never spent all that much on them. But it might be, like, there's probably, I mean, you want, if it's your livelihood selling fireworks, you want to make sure your fireworks stand is well cared for, right? So it might be worth sort of investing in that. Maybe you could have guards parked outside, and they can keep an eye on the fireworks stands to make sure no one breaks into them. Presumably there's no inventory in the stands, right? At the end of if you don't sell out at the end of January, or July, I should say, 4th of July comes around, you don't sell out on your inventory. That stuff's not going to be good come New Year's, right? You got to get rid of that. And there's probably all sorts of disposal things and laws you're supposed to follow. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. I feel like the audio is a bit low. It may just be me loving this music too much. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I'd love to hear some more feedback on that. The fireworks stands are always on the road, just closed, at least where I live. Maybe I need to keep a closer eye out. Maybe it's because there's not a crowd of people around them. I don't know. It's a bit quiet, says Nate. Can you hear the voices now? Yes, I can. We figured out what the voices problem was. I think the issue was just the headphones we were using weren't responding to the frequencies from the voices. They were actually quite cheap headphones. So I'll tell you what, I'll turn the audio up a bit. I'm not going to turn it up heaps, but I'm going to turn it up a bit. And there we go. We'll see where that gets us. We'll just keep moving forward with that. Yeah, I'm telling you, I really don't remember ever seeing a fireworks. Wait, what was that? I didn't read it. I don't remember seeing fireworks stands on the side of the road. Who owns that property, by the way? I'd imagine that you don't own the property as the fireworks stand. You probably rent it from someone else because they're always on, like, the corners of other places. But if you're renting that property, do you pay for it all year? Like, if you leave it parked there, if you're not taking advantage of my new fireworks stand storage facility and you're leaving it parked there, do you pay for rent throughout the entire year? Or is it one of those deals where, hey, we'll leave this parked here and then the 2 times we're open a year, we'll give you a cut of whatever we make. All you got to do is just let us leave it here. That seems like a liability issue. If someone drives off the road and crashes into that, geez, they could sue you as the property owner. You don't want that. You're going to have something in the clause that says, you know, you'll take the heat for that sort of situation. Oh my gosh, imagine if you're hauling oil and then you drive off the road and you hit a fireworks stand. You now have fireworks drenched in oil. And then the next thing you know, you've got a match truck and it has a crash. All the matches spill out and they're flipping all over the place. They start lighting. You've got a massive problem because now you have a huge fire from all the oil that's leaked out. But also all these fireworks are going to start going out. Some people, if you're far enough away from it and you don't see the raging flames, you might look at it as like, oh, that's cool. There's like a show going on down the road. Look at all of the fireworks going into the sky. But if you're at ground zero or anywhere near, it's going to be hectic. You're going to be driving your car down the road. There's going to be a fire in the middle of the road, and you think to yourself, well, maybe I can push through it if I get going fast enough. Maybe my wheels won't melt. But then all of a sudden, there's fireworks flying sideways at you. They're hitting the windshield of your car. They're blowing up. You've got the windows rolled down because it's a nice day outside. They're coming into the car with you. They're exploding in there. You're blind. You can't see what's happening anymore. You start turning. You hit the oil, which is on fire, but it's still oil. So you start slipping around. You're sliding. You're spinning. All of a sudden, you hit a tree. You stumble out, and you realize that your car is full of matches. Don't know how that happened, but there you go. And then you see the match truck, and that's probably it. But then maybe also the oil tanker wouldn't drip out fast enough for all of the oil to be out on the ground. By the way, when I say oil, I'm not talking crude oil out of the ground. I'm thinking it's been turned into gasoline at this point. It hasn't leaked out fast enough to be completely empty and just create a fire. Instead, it's just created a trail to the match truck and to the fireworks stand. So when the match truck crashes, those trails get lit. Fireworks stand goes off first, but that trail is flying back up to where most of the gas still is inside of the truck. It goes off, it explodes, everything is wiped out. You're sitting at home, mile or two away, you're watching this crazy fireworks show from your front porch thinking, and geez, it's not even the 4th of July yet. And the next thing you know, it finishes with a bang. It's just like a small atom bomb. And you're like, yeah. What happened on the 3rd of July? Does anyone know? Anything? And, whatever, great show, bravo. But then you get a call from your daughter who's like, Dad, something terrible just happened. A car, and there's a match truck, and then I crashed because there was a firework, and now I've got a car full of matches, and I don't know what to do. And you say, well, that sounds terrible, but let me tell you about the fireworks show I just saw. I'm just throwing out their ideas. I don't know if this is like a real thing that happened. Or could happen, because here's the thing. Have you ever seen a match truck? I don't think that I've ever seen a match truck. A truck full of matches? Nobody's buying that many matches. You would ship the matches out with other household goods. If you're Walmart and you're stocking up, you're not going to call up the distribution center and say, can you send a truck full of matches? It's going to be, we need 40 boxes of matches, crates of matches. We need some barbecue grills. We need some coal. Gosh, that's also a big struggle there. If you've got the lighter fluid too, if that truck crashes, it's going to smell good. It's going to smell like someone's having a cookout, but it's going to be just a huge roaring fire. And hey, you know what? Maybe you get one of those grills, you open it up just kind of on the heaps of the burning truck, start cooking up a little bit. Why not? Don't let it go to waste. Make yourself some burgers.
Yes. 7 who inherited the princess.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on? How are you guys doing? The fireworks are taken back to inventory. The shacks are empty. I'm learning so much here. Thank you. Thank you, Green. I do have one question, though.
Very well.
Do they expire? You would assume that they would. I mean, I know it's mostly, gunpowder and those things. Does gunpowder go bad over time? I guess if it gets moist, it probably does, but maybe then it dries out. I've got no idea. Got absolutely no idea. I've never worked in the fireworks industry, or the match industry, or the oil/gas industry. Or is those the three? Those are the three. Or the charcoal industry. I've made a lot of charcoal in Minecraft, though, and I think I get the general idea. You get a bit of coal, and you use that to heat up wood, and it turns that into fake coal, and then you use that fake charcoal, fake coal charcoal, to make even more charcoal, and then you just keep shoving trees into the furnace, and charcoal comes out the other side. You put it in a bag, you slap some manly title on it, like, Real Man's Barbecue Charcoal Extreme Max Summer Family Hot Girls in Bikinis. And then you ship that out to the Walmart, and the guy, he's in his 50s. He's got a day job. He works at an office. He hates it. He's, a pencil pusher. He, probably for a law firm, but he's not a lawyer. He's just doing the paperwork in the back. And he's like, I really hate my life. That's what he sounds like. He's a real tiny guy, real shriveled up. When he was in his younger days, he used to go to the gym. He used to work out. He was pretty pumped. But now he's just sort of old and withered. And he sees this extreme barbecue and he picks it up. And he's like, oh, maybe this will bring back the glory days. And he puts that in his cart and he goes home and he cooks up some meat. And he's like, this is lit. I'm feeling like a man. And then he eats it. But he didn't cook it thoroughly enough because he's a man. He doesn't cook his meat all the way through. It's got to have a raw, red, bloody center. And unfortunately, he got a disease, a foodborne illness, and he's so shriveled up and just world-weary, he dies. He's dead now. And maybe the family tries to sue the charcoal company because they didn't put any directions on the back for how long to cook your meat. And that's not really the charcoal company's job, but you're a grieving widower. What are you going to do? You don't know. Or widow? Widower is the dude. Widow is the woman. Doesn't matter. You're grieving. You're upset. You're sad. Somebody's got to be responsible for this. You can't accept the fact that it was just your dumb husband trying to relive his glory days from when he was in high school and did the football. It's not. No. So you try to sue them. You go to court. There's this whole hoopla about the time a fireworks stand blew up, and they're trying to make that relevant. Because remember, the way that case turned out, maybe it has some bearing on this case, but it doesn't. So,
Where will you go?
yeah.
He won't be there.
There you go. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. We should be good. Just any second now. This is a bad sign. This is a very bad sign. I'm going to fix this. Nobody worry. Gonna get it sorted. Any second now, it's going to come back. It's not coming back. Why is it not coming back? What happened? What did I do? How did this happen? Oh, no. I've lost it. Which input is it on? Input 2? I thought it was input 2. Input 3? Input 4? I think I've broken the PlayStation. Surely not, though. Surely not. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Don't panic, folks. Reese should be right back. He is either greeting a family member or someone else at the door, getting something out of the oven to prevent it from burning, or taking a poo on the toilet, where most people will take poos. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy this fantastic music. It's on a 5-minute loop, so hopefully Reese gets back before it ends. Oh, and when he gets back, be sure to ask him what he was doing. If he won't answer, it's because he was taking a poo.
Got it! Just had to turn the Switch off and back on again. Not the Nintendo Switch, the HDMI Switch. We're missing the cutscene remake of the plot of the movie? I don't care. I've seen the movie, I've played the game. This is all secondary for me. It's all meaningless at this point. Can we skip this? Wait a minute, can we skip this? How do you skip this? It's not letting me skip this. Is it like... Oh, I could skip scene. I'll let it play out, whatever. It gives me an opportunity to, like, talk over it, which I find to be quite enjoyable. Also, I've just received a picture from my brother. I wonder what this is. Oh, he sent me the JonTron video. Saw that. Let's see the Disney announced new dates for Star Wars. Label your inputs, please. They are labeled. I had it on PlayStation 4. The problem is that I just had to turn the Switch off and back on. So I don't actually know what the problem was. I know only that turning it off and back on fixed it. So possibly a difference in input. What had happened was I hit the enter button on my keyboard by mistake, which switched it over to PC input. And I think that maybe the difference in the handshake, like the EPID handshake, was incorrect or different. Just turning it off and back on fixed it. Have you seen Endgame? Yeah, of course I have.
help Rapunzel.
Thanks.
Put Ralph in shortcuts? Okay. I mean, I guess now... I mean, I can't right now. I'm in the middle of a combat. It's literally impossible. Nothing I can do about it right now. Maybe after this fight, though, if I think about it. How do you use the Ralph? I'm with you, Sora. Enough already. Good gosh, we just got pushed right up against the wall. It's nice to be playing the game again. After 20 minutes of cutscenes, it's nice to finally feel like I'm accomplishing something. I feel like we had a good conversation about what would happen if a match truck blew up and there was like a lawsuit. But I don't think that that's really what I wanted to do when I started this stream. As much fun as it was, I did enjoy it. I hope we get another opportunity to have a conversation like that. Maybe not quite as long. Maybe someday I'll just do a live stream that is about lawsuits and matches. And then that can be what that live stream is about. For right now, what I want to focus on is video games. That's why we do live streams on a platform called Twitch, which is mostly about streaming video games. That's sort of what I intended when I started. And it's nice to finally have that going. All right, are we good? Are we secure? Is everyone dead? I think we're good. I guess we'll hop over into our... It wouldn't be abilities, would it? We want to go to... Customize... A shortcut set. C, maybe? And we'll put it on X. Let's go down to... So you got 8-Bit Blast, Meow Wow Balloon. Yeah, I'm not seeing Wreck-It Ralph on here. I don't think that that's a thing. Yeah, there is no Wreck-It Ralph, so... I mean, so much for that advice is all I'm going to say on that. Yeah, he doesn't exist. There's no... oh, it is 8-Bit Blast? Okay. If you say so. Oh yeah, call upon your bond with Wreck-It Ralph. Alright. Should we go ahead and try it? Let's give it a shot. It shouldn't hurt.
Give me strength!
Yeah, okay, Sora. Literally never done this before. I did Meow Wow Blast once. That was an adventure, or whatever it's called. So, just start pressing X. That's what I'm supposed to do. What does this accomplish? What is our end goal with this? Does this do anything? This seems weird. Just gonna finish this now. How is Ralph built? Listen, I don't know how he's building. He's supposed to just wreck things. Then I press try. Alright. Okay. We're gonna go give that a shot. I don't have high hopes for it, but we'll see what it does, if anything. I'm prepared to be wowed. I'm prepared to be completely blown away. Don't we have to go through a swamp or something in really foggy weather? Or is that a different part of the game? I'm pretty sure that's coming up here. If that's the case, then this part of the game's a lot longer than I remembered. I thought it was just, you do the dancing, you go fight Mother Gothel. But now that I think about it, I do think there's a pretty substantial swamp section. I gotta remember how to get there. Is it this way? Up and over this hill? There's a green spot. Is that a save point? Do we want to do a save? It is a save point. And I think that we do. Hold on, you two. Don't get too excited. They're always trying to run off ahead of me. He's giving me some kind of smug look at the side of his eye. That's better. I like that a lot better. I wonder what determines whether or not it is Rapunzel or... Rona's that way, so I guess this means the direction we should be going, especially considering there's bad guys here. Oh, Shrek me sideways. This guy's back. Great. Love to see that. Absolutely lovely. Flynn Rider. Maybe it's just whatever save point you're using determines it, or maybe it alternates. You can ignore all the enemies and just run? Should I? I don't know if I should. I think that I probably need to fight all these guys, because that's where we're going to get our sick levels from. If we can level up before we fight Mother Gothel's cape again, that would be spectacular. Come here, you. What is this? Is this some ingredients? No, it's not, unfortunately. Yeah, look, we can't just run past these guys. Levels are critical to success. If you want to level up in the world, you gotta fight the bad guys. This applies to real life too. You want to do better at your job? Go fight the bad guys. Assuming you are in a career that requires that you fight bad guys. Police officers, firefighters fight bad guys. They fight flame types of enemies. Lifeguards fight water types. You know, there's a lot. If you want to fight the bad guys, there's a lot of different ways of doing that, depending on what kind of type you want to fight. General thuggery, police officer. Fire type, firefighter. Water types, lifeguards. I guess also maybe if you wanted to join the Coast Guard, they probably fight water fights types as well. What is your speciality? What do you, when we were born, when your parents chose you from a list of available options, what was on your birth certificate as like your strengths and weaknesses? You should play into those. I mean, you can always go against type, and if you really want to challenge yourself, you can be an orc that is good with a bow and arrow if you really want to. I mean, it's a bit odd, but I'm not going to take that away from you. That's what the great thing about America is, the freedom of choice. You know, you can choose whether or not do you want to be, or do you have a strength in fire, but you want to fight water types? Go for it. You're going to be at a huge disadvantage, just like in Pokemon, but it's okay. It's all, life is all about challenging yourself and reaching new heights. Just like me right now. I'm challenging myself to fight all of these little guys, everything that I walk past. It's possible that this is a bad idea, because we don't really know what's happening with Rapunzel right now. This could be, like, she could be on death's doorstep for all we know. And it might end up being one of those situations where we finally find her, and they're like, oh, if only we're a second sooner. It's just like that dream I had where my mom and sister got eaten by a T-Rex because we stopped to help an old lady change a tire. But then it turned out that the old lady was the T-Rex. That was a real weird dream, but it stuck with me, I think probably because of how weird it was. You don't have a dream like that every day. I think if you're a normal person, you never have a dream like that, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, that was pretty cool. We slid on our own ice. Oh, I guess that's not going to happen again because we're too close. Oh, hold on. Magical carousel. Oh, baby! The most useless ability in the game! No, this one is not very handy. Especially considering we have, like, 2 bad guys left. I don't like this one because it's very boring. With the blaster, you can roll around and shoot at people, and it's like being on the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disney World. This is just, you're in place pushing a button. And I don't know why I did it. I could end it early, but I'm going to keep going with it because I started it. And it looks real trippy at the end. No, I guess it doesn't. Is this the way? I think it is. You got to go through here. We are, Goofy. A great call. I don't remember this cave being that long in the movie. Do you remember the drawn-out scene in the movie where they go all the way through the cave? Me either. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I don't think I've seen the movie since 2017, which is not recently enough. You need to rewatch that movie very frequently. Can you guys tell that I've had a caffeine today? I probably shouldn't have, but I have, and this is what happens. Oh, look at that. Yes. Here we go. All right, come here, you. No, just hold still. Come here, this will be over for you soon enough. Hold still, sweet prince. You die as well. You're annoying. Oh, he's coming at me. Oh, boy, he can't get to me. The rocks are in the way. What a devious advantage we have. The problem is we can't knock him off the ground. Oh, what a finisher. Last second knockout. Very pleased about that. Is there anyone left? No, are we good? Let's do a quick potion. We'll head through to the final battle where we're going to need to do 8-bit blast and just see what happens. I wonder if am I still bit boss? Oh my gosh, you are. Good job, Nate. Good job. Caffeine makes perfect sense. Yeah, look, these things happen sometimes. Isn't that... Can we just run forward and trigger the boss fight, or do we have to defeat all these guys? I mean, I know what I said earlier about having to defeat all the bad guys and level up in life and become a career politician and all that good stuff. But I feel like at this point, we're so close to our goal, we might as well see it through. It's sort of like at the end of the vacation. You don't mind spending time... Oh, you know what would be useful right now? Is arrow. Yeah. On these big puffy-headed guys in particular. If I could just get the shot off, but I can't. Yeah, the healing is more necessary right now. What am I trying to say? Words have eluded me. No. Arrow. Am I doing the wrong button? I'm almost positive I'm not. There we go. Now I can't find him! Oh, get him, Donald! Good job! Donald's on the ball. He's paying attention. I don't normally give Donald praise because he is usually pretty useless. I mean, he does one useful thing at the end of this game, but it's sort of more infuriating than anything else because he's had this sort of ability the entire time. And I know what you're thinking. Reese, Zeta Flare almost kills him. Yeah, but if he'd almost killed himself in, like, the first game, think about where we would be now. maybe we wouldn't have made it at this point. Maybe he could have used it to great effect to, like, into the franchise or something.
Rapunzel.
So, Reese, once you make it to that tower, wait until the boss is right next to it before using the finisher. Okay, Gilliam. Halrondo agrees. Halrondo actually said it originally. Gilliam just copy-pasted it. That's great. Okay. What are you doing in my swamp? Reese cannot simply ignore the enemies. One does not simply ignore the bad guys. That is true. Let's do a save before things get real bad. So I've got to get right up next to the tower. And then I've got to trigger the Wreck-It Ralph thing. Alright. Once you make it to the tower, wait until the boss is right next to it before using the finisher.
Stop fighting!
Hold on a second.
No! I won't stop. For every minute of the rest of my life, I will fight. I will never stop trying to get away from...
Someone's listening to either really bassy music or there's a helicopter flying over. Use it exactly where you start.
If you let me save him...
But you want me to do it when it's close to the tower.
No, Rapunzel.
I think you're all crazy.
I'll never run. I'll never try to escape. Just let me heal him, and you and I will be together. Forever. Just like you want. Everything will be the way it was. I promise. Just like you want. Just let me heal him.
In case you get any ideas about following us.
Eugene! I'm so sorry. Everything is gonna be okay, though.
No, Rapunzel.
I promise. You have to trust me.
No, I can't let you do this.
And I can't let you die.
But if you do this... then you will die.
Hey, it's gonna be all right.
I'm displeased.
Rapunzel.
I'm going to go
Wait.
yell at my neighbors. No! She's got a gross haircut now. I never liked the haircut. Never cared for it. Also, she looks a bit goofy with brunette hair. I think the character model was made for blonde hair, and then it just doesn't work. Doesn't work with the brunette. Also, here comes the part where the lizard commits a murder, which is fun. I love it. Maymeka thinks it's cute? Fair enough. Yeah, look at this. That lizard just did a killing. I think who pointed that out last time? I believe Halrondo did. Just the lizard does a killing. Okay, good. Good, the bassy music has stopped. Silence as it should be. At
Fall into
6 o'clock in the
darkness.
afternoon.
We can't allow
Nope, it's back!
pure light now. Her presence would only cast a pall over it.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to create a tower. And then I'm going to wait for it to get close to me. And then I'm going to activate the tower. You guys say so. Doesn't it spawn right in front of me, though? Let's see about this. Okay. So... 8-bit doohickey. Yeah. We summon him, and then we... spawn all of these. And then we do this. Okay, that was pretty good. That was amazing. That is so just unfair. That is game breaking. Thank you. Thank you, Halrondo. I do feel like I've somehow cheated, though. Hopefully MP recharges fast enough for us to do that again. I hate this. This is like the worst thing ever. Is there... Yeah. If I just stay in the air, can I avoid it? No! No, go back to the tower! Go back to the tower, please! No, come on! Just go back! This is not the way the game is meant to be played. I'm okay with it, though. Climb the tower. Climb the tower and jump, boy! Jump, boy! Jump, boy! Whack it! Whack it in the face! I guess I could do it again up here, but I think we'll just knock it off instead. And then we want to hop up here. Probably take... No, did not need to take the second potion. And then can we do this again? I guess we can. Plant all of these. Oh, dadgummit. It's not in front of me. It's not in front of me. There it is. How close does it need to be? Dadgummit. Can I just press it at any time, though? Come back over here, you. Come back over here, you. We got a very limited amount of time to do this. Oh, my gosh. Don't. Come on. Be hasty. Be hasty. Be a hasty tree. Nice. Very nice. If Todd Howard has taught me anything, is that the developer's wishes should be defied whenever possible in video games.
Don't go. Stay with me,
That's true.
Eugene.
That's what Todd would want. Who thinks this is okay? To just sit outside in a truck with the bass going as loud as possible. Don't they know they got people living around them?
Let your power shine.
They got like stink bombs or something. Just throw them out in the front yard. And send them packing. Is that a thing I can buy legally? Let's see. Checking Amazon.
What?
Stink bomb.
Rapunzel, you were my new dream.
Most of this is like a spray. I need something I can throw into their yard and have it explode with smell. Liquid essence of skunk? Again, I need to be able to throw it and have it explode. Not seeing that here. Rhode Island novelty stink bombs. 3 glass vial. Well, I can't throw a glass vial now, can I? How does that work? Maybe I can. 36 stink bombs per case.
Has been hurt.
Stink bombs are always a classic gag. They're very simple to use. Just break the glass vial, and the smell will start to smell up the whole area. Okay, but then what do you do with the leftover glass? That just seems like a safety hazard. It's got pretty high reviews. Potent, wonderfully effective. I love deploying these in elevators. Launched a couple on a dance floor. Cleared the dance. Bought this to covertly terrorize my coworkers. But what do you do with the fact that it's glass? And how do you throw it into your neighbor's yard? Thought you'd 100% this game already? I thought I would too, but then I stopped playing it for, what, 4 months now. So... we're going to do it now, though. The month of May is our month. We're back into it. We're dedicated. We're fiercely determined. We're going to complete the game. And then critical mode is out now, so I guess we'll complete it again. But maybe not. Maybe that's too much Kingdom Hearts 3 for 1 year. Maybe we'll take a break. And in a couple of years, we'll go through all the games again. In the lead up to Kingdom Hearts 3.5 Final Mix. Retro
Did I ever tell you
Restart.
I've got a thing
Special
for
edition.
brunettes?
Black HD 4K re-release. Japanese only. Whatever the next one is. Virum Rex is the next game? Maybe so, yeah. That'd be cool. My favorite Disney lesson is that blondes have magic, but brunettes don't. True in the world of Disney, I guess.
Wow, Rapunzel, you're
It's Mom!
I know. I mean, I can't believe it. I can finally be with my real family. I couldn't have done it without your help.
You're welcome.
Well, from where I'm standing, the kingdom couldn't ask for a better princess. And I couldn't have asked for better sidekicks. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much.
Happily ever after.
Now, Flynn, you and Maximus play nice.
Huh? Fine.
You're gonna be great.
Huh?
We haven't seen the guy controlling the monsters in a while, so that's one less worry.
But there's still a chance that he might be around here somewhere.
Well, if he comes back and tries to bother Rapunzel again...
Sneak over with whatever stink magic you have to their outdoor AC and use it there. I don't know if it works like that, because the AC doesn't actually blow the air into the house. It just...
Let her out of my sight.
You just carry the heat through pipes using liquid to the outside unit, where the heat's dispersed, and then the cooled fluid goes back in. I don't think that'll carry a scent with it. If it did, I'd be smelling my backyard all the time, and heaven knows I don't want that.
I think it's a great name.
Me too. Nice to re-meet you, Eugene.
Hey, I thought I was the only one you were going to tell?
Don't worry. I've saved plenty of Fitzherberty secrets just for you.
Ooh, didn't need to know that.
Hey, what are you two lovebirds talking about?
Nothing!
Nothing.
There is an intake. There's not on, like, a central AC unit. If it was a window unit or something like that, sure. Because you can actually suck up air from outside if you want to do that, as opposed to just recycling the air. But, not an outdoor unit. It's just...
Got to be kidding me!
The return air, if I could get to the return air in the attic, I could do that. But I don't know how I would manage that. So that's a pretty close system as well. Oh, look at that, everybody. We got the Ever After Keyblade. It's got a form change Mirage Staff. Fun. The Ever After Keyblade can be form changed into a magical weapon called the Mirage Staff while form changed. Press square to evade and leave an avatar in your place. The next time you use a combo, these avatars will join in with their own magical attacks. Very nifty. Very nifty indeed. What story Oh, it's everybody's favorite useless characters who serve no point in the plot.
Another world where we got doodly squat.
Just like your character development. It's all doodly squat.
Yes.
Yeah, just how do you know that?
It is etched.
It's what?
I'm with you on that, Pete. What does that even mean?
Come with me.
I mean, he's been going with you everywhere.
Those bozos ain't gonna help us. Sora's sure not looking for the box.
He's got a point.
Who said anything about following them?
How do they find the box at the end?
No.
Because at the end of the game, they are at the location of the box, but it's never explained how they got there, if I remember correctly. I'm almost positive that I do. Are you guys, you're trashing my memory. They're Team Rocket, basically. That's exactly what they are. This is Team MVP over here.
What? We're too late?
Yes. Evan would know all about the replicas from his time as Vexen in the organization. He was recompleted like the rest of us, but he didn't regain consciousness. After Lee left, he must have woken and taken his leave. Alias here and Dylan went out and turned the whole town upside down to try and find him. But no Evan.
That's not good.
What about his research?
Unfortunately, his work on the replicas was incomplete. There may still be documents around, but all of them from well before he made any significant progress.
Do you have any idea where he might go?
There's no place that he could go now that he's human. He has no means of leaving this world.
The dark corridors.
are beyond his faculties and mine now.
Oh, but not everyone's. What if Evan was taken?
Of course! The organization could also use
He didn't kill them. Halrondo says, oh, look, former organization members Riku killed in cold blood. It's not really killing, is it? If you kill a nobody, it's more like a liberation, right? All I'm going to say is that after you beat the Big Hero 6 world, the hardness goes uphill from there. I spent hours to days for some bosses. Beware of rage. I've completed the game already. I've played through the whole thing on hard mode. Of course, this was all prior to the release of Critical, but I played through the whole thing. It's all on my YouTube channel. This is just a second time through with live streams.
Humanity is a precious gift, and yet you desire to return to the...
Death means nothing in fiction? That's true, Nate. Particularly in these games.
One eradication at Axel's hands was enough to learn where not to place my trust.
He gave you a second lease on life.
He ripped me away from the one thing I care about. I don't require humanity. Give me my research.
I can relate to that.
To fruition, no matter the cost.
The replicas.
Yes. Soon they will replace, not just replicate. Given a heart, they can become just as real as any human.
The ham in this voice acting performance is spectacular. This is some honey-baked ham right here, and I love it.
Only for you to fail to deliver our final vessel, Vexen.
Such a honey-baked ham laugh as well.
Hey, a new zone! You guys should check it out!
Cool. We've unlocked a new zone, everyone. Awesome. Well, I have to go on a grand search now to try to figure out what happened to the registration for my car, because I got the sticker, and now I don't know where it is. And that's bad, because I don't want to have to pay for a replacement. Until I find it, I cannot drive my car, as my car is expired. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you, folks, for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye!
Thank you so much for joining us during this live stream. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a friend or loved one. They'll enjoy it as well, and thank you are really cool for watching it. Also, big thanks to our patron supporters. Check out the link in the description, or head to patreon.com/howdyfolks to find out how you can become a patron or executive producer. Until next time, thank you folks for watching, God bless you, and we'll see you later.